Yes. So, check.
Yeah.
Now to look at the
let's
your game against Daniel Ebeling. That hyper-modern
hyper-modern can. Well, he played the advanced variation.
Yeah.
Is this turning?
Oh, I can hold it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
E4, C6, and D4.
Yeah, of course.
D5
the advanced,
and
which
E5.
is arguably the best way to fight for a win.
Yeah. And how did you prepare against Daniel?
All I needed to know, well, I mean,
Yeah,
I did take a look
games,
and he didn't really play too many games against the Karakan.
Did Tommy help you?
Oh yeah, Tommy Luukkonen definitely was one of the people who suggested that I play this whole H6G5 system.
Oh, okay.
Just in general, it's flexible, so I think you could, against the advanced variation, you have many opportunities to play that. And then, do you castle king side or queen side? Kind of depends a little bit on the position.
Yeah.
But okay, yeah. I mean, there's so many. Even here, there's a lot to do.
Yeah.
But you played the standard.
Yeah, standard moves.
Yeah.
Knight F3.
Yeah.
And then you played, of course, standard
E6.
E6.
Yep. This? Okay.
Yeah. And then Daniel played bishop.
Yeah, standard developing plan here. And I'm going to basically put my knights here. I don't know if the move order is correct, but I can play knight d7.
Yes.
Yeah,
knight
that's
d7.
I don't think it makes much of a difference.
And then white castles.
And then knight e7.
Yes.
Yeah.
Knight e7.
Yeah, there's many things here that are good. Usually, the main thing, and I guess I was kind of expecting him to play it because I know that he, knows basic theory. I was expecting knight d2, knight b3 systems with knight e1. That's what all the top players are playing these days. But instead, I think he played c3, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is fine. It's solid. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
But I think we're already out of any big theory.
Yeah.
So at this point, all that really matters are the ideas.
So did you feel that in the game that he gives you the keys to this game?
Well, this isn't such a bad move, c3. What he's going to play in a few moves with his a-pawn, that was probably where he went a little bit astray and gave me some good winning chances, I think.
In a way, it's going to look like a French, but your bishop is out of the pawn shape.
Yeah.
In some ways, yes.
Yeah.
It is like a French defense with my bishop in better shape. So, did I go for the h6 plan right away? Or queen c7? Yeah, h6 is fine right away.
Yeah.
And I think he probably played a4.
A4, yeah,
He just went for this.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with a4.
But what is the plan?
The
Just
plan,
push push it to the a6.
yeah, pushing it to a6 is too much. Putting it on a5, I think, is not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably good.
Yeah.
But yeah, to create some space here is certainly not bad. I personally would be a fan still, I think, of knight e1. It's a prophylactic move and prevents too much. Once I'm going to go for my g5 concept, he's ready to play f4.
Yeah.
I think f4 is a critical way of fighting against g5. A4, and I believe here did I play queen c7 or g5?
Yeah. Queen c7.
Yeah, it's good to prepare it and not give it up yet.
Yeah.
It's a good type of move in this position.
Yeah.
And
then
a5.
Or actually it came
bishop f4.
Bishop f4.
Yeah. Once again, I think maybe knight e1 and f4 is better.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not convinced about this bishop here.
Yeah, because now you can
attack with
tempo.
And as we'll see later on here, the bishop has some tension against the queen, but later on I managed to actually create some tension and pin the bishop with my queen, which was.
But again, Petteri is right about that. It kind of looks like advanced French also. But the difference that you have.
I have a
bishop on f5.
And it's a lovely bishop that can sometimes go to e4. It can go to h7.
On French.
g6.
And on French it comes from d7 to e6.
Yes.
But the same attacking ideas.
Absolutely, very similar ideas. So here I just went for g5 right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
g5.
No point wasting time.
And bishop 3.
g3.
g3. Yes.
A lot of moves are playable here, actually. c5 is playable, I think. Bishop g7. Castling queen side is maybe, it gives up my cards too soon. So I think it's good to leave some flexibility.
Yeah.
So did I play bishop g7? I'm trying to remember here.
Bishop g7.
Yeah, that's fine. It's the most flexible.
Yeah.
It belongs there.
And a long castle maybe. Then this moves looks like good.
Yeah, he probably played a5 right away.
And
Yeah, then I castled.
first you counter strike c5.
Oh yeah,
Then
that's
center,
important.
yeah,
First.
exit comes,
Yes. C5 is a very important concept
Yeah.
in these positions, and actually now it's a serious thing. If I get to play C4, it makes a difference that his pawn. If his pawn was here, that's different. But with this, C4 becomes more appealing as well in a lot of lines, I think.
And still you don't show where your king will
I
go.
still exactly.
Yeah.
They don't know where I'm castling yet. So
you're keeping your poker face.
This is still
yeah.
keeping the poker spirit alive here.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. It's probably equal. Maybe white always has an edge when you start the game, but I think black is equalized and has chances at this point. Okay, so
then it came e6.
A6.
A6.
This is a move that I think where things start going a little bit wrong because the trade on the B line benefits me the most. My rook coming to the B line is good.
And you got the B6 square also.
Yeah,
it can be handy.
This move is questionable in my opinion. And
so you decide to.
In all fairness, this is probably not. Obviously, this isn't Daniel's best game, so I wish I could show a game which was perfect or forget perfect, better from both sides. But I don't think he would normally play A6. This was just not his day.
So decide to go short castle.
I short castle.
Short castle.
And
then Daniel decided to
play H4.
H4. Attack your
Well, then I have to rip it
Wait,
open. So I have to. This is pretty much forced. G4,
forced,
and then knight H2.
Knight H2. Yes.
And then H5.
H5. Yes.
There we are. Now it's an interesting dynamic that happens. If everybody moves his F pawn, the queen can create a pin on this bishop with F6, which is sort of a funny thing. But it works well.
And you have a good development.
Yes. Black is
a bit better.
This is a very good position for black here at this point. So I'm not sure that him playing. Well,
now it's easier to play on black
the point
side.
is he has to decide where's he playing. Is he playing the king side or queen side? And he's playing both, and they both work out to my benefit somehow.
But you have decided that you play here.
Already. I'm gonna play here.
Easier to play.
And anytime I want, I have the trade. I have that option of having it happen at my convenience, and eventually having pressure on the B line. So it's pretty good.
Yes. So now it came to knight E3.
Knight E3. I mean, he has to create some activity. This knight was doing nothing. It could potentially come to B5 and D6. So I have to
take the pawn.
Taking back, there's no point. He can almost lose the bishop in some lines if he takes here. So he shouldn't.
You trap
I should trap the bishop. So he shouldn't do anything there. So he plays F3. And there is a critical question. This bishop is under pin now. So how to handle it? I took first, which is important. And then taking back with the knight is correct. I mean, it's the best way to take back, most active. There are a lot of other tricks. If he was taking with the bishop, this knight would be over here, and there'd be a lot of pressure on d4 suddenly, with queen b6, and basically knight takes is much better. And here, I must have just played f6.
F6.
Right away. No time to waste here with that. I have to strike back. The great thing about this variation is this e5 pawn, which is so strong with whites, can sometimes be attacked 4 different ways. Queen, knight, bishop, and another knight. So it will fall, because 4 pieces can attack that extremely important pawn. And there's also lines where you can play bishop e4 at some point, and there's definitely an attack that's going to happen at this point, I think.
So now Daniel decides to change these, and then your king goes to G7, but it's actually quite safe in there.
It is quite safe.
So
here's the exchange. Pawn takes, queen takes, pawn takes, and here it's not so obvious. King takes was what I played, but rook f7 is an option as well. you know,
And
maybe
with the
arguably stronger.
G line.
I thought though I could take with the king, and I thought it was okay because I could cover with the rook and bring him over this way.
Yeah,
So I guess it's a matter of taste.
yeah,
Yeah. So I decided to go for it this way. There's some flexibility back here as well.
Yeah.
I think. And he just played.
he took the C pawn.
Took the C pawn.
Yeah.
And he has to try to do something here. Taking the C pawn. Why not? And rook lift.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you decided to pile up things.
Pile up things
Yeah.
on the G line. Yeah. That's it.
Easy ideas, easy to play.
Yeah. Right now I'm
You have
just.
a plan.
Right now my plan is to just
yeah.
put full attack.
Yeah.
Go for a full
Yeah.
attack.
You
Eventually.
have a
play
simple
bishop
plan, simple attacking
Bishop
plan.
h3, king out of the way,
Yeah.
rooks on the G line, and
Yeah.
move the knights in, and just go
Yeah.
for mate.
Basic.
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 Basic mating attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's up to him to find the good moves, so it's not going to be easy. Queen d2?
Actually it can B4.
b4, yeah, maybe yeah. Well, you have to defend the pawn. Yeah, that's fair
defend the
enough.
pawn,
I guess
yeah.
you do have to defend it,
Yeah.
probably. It does give me a chance to play bishop h3 though,
Yeah, you should play 3.
which is a big threat. If his queen was on d2, he could have already played this. So
Yeah.
maybe he should have just
Give that
given
pawn.
the pawn
Yeah.
up and played queen d2.
Did you smell the blood here?
Well, I mean, obviously I know that it's going to be hard as a human being to defend this position.
Yeah.
I don't know what a computer says. Maybe a computer says that white is fine, but objectively speaking, no one's going to enjoy playing this with white.
It's harder to defend.
Much harder to
Much
defend
harder
than
to
attack.
defend,
It's
yeah.
easy to throw everything at him here. So,
Yeah.
91 is like the only decent move. So he must have played. He played 91.
Yeah, 91, okay.
And yeah, now it's time. I doubled
Yeah.
rooks. I'm not sure it's the most accurate,
Yeah.
but this guy's doing nothing.
Yeah.
Why not?
Last of your
Huh?
last of your pieces that doesn't
Yeah.
do nothing.
You know,
Oh, that only,
Boom.
yeah.
let
Now
him attack.
everyone is
Now
yeah.
everybody's on its way.
Yeah.
Is on their way. So.
only that this night.
Yeah, but it'll come.
It will come, yeah, it will come soon, yeah.
It'll come soon.
It
This
will come
pawn is
soon, yeah.
not here
Yeah.
anymore, so it gives me the d5 square.
Yeah.
And
now
here, queen d2 is probably best, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, queen d2. You need to cover
But
and
he didn't
create some
play
more
it.
dark squares. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is the most accurate. Then I think I'm still better,
Yeah.
of course, but yeah.
And Daniel had a bit of a time trouble also.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, he had time trouble here.
yeah.
Did he play bishop f3 or did he take? He took.
He played
Oh, rook f3.
rook
Yeah,
F3,
basically exchanging.
Yeah, exchanging, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
So-
I took.
You took, and then bishop.
Yeah, bishop
Took,
takes.
yeah.
So
So last piece that isn't on the king side on the board. Yeah. So knight e5 came now.
of course,
And big
what a threat!
Yeah.
Big problems here.
Yeah.
What was? Yeah, this is problematic for sure. I don't even know what's good for white here.
Nothing.
This position is already lost.
Probably it's lost.
Yeah.
I don't know. Queen e2.
Queen e2 came.
Yeah.
on the game. Yeah.
I mean, it's the most natural move.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, there's a lot of things that I can even play knight f5 probably. But yeah, knight g4 is pretty direct.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Mating attack.
yeah.
Yeah.
so-
Knight g4.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah,
you're
it's
threatening.
Threat-
Maybe here.
mating threats.
Mating threats
and
here.
Yeah, this is going to be dangerous.
Bishop g4 was also very powerful.
Yeah, bishop g4 is also powerful. But this is understandable.
Yeah.
And he must have taken, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course he
Takes.
takes. And bishop takes.
And bishop check also.
Yeah,
Yes.
of course.
And then-
Yeah, how does he defend this here? I don't know. It's not easy to defend. There's some queen d2s again,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Two defenders and then 4 attackers soon.
Yeah. So queen. Did he play queen d2?
Queen g2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
the most natural move. Knight g6.
Knight g6.
Yeah.
Yes.
The most natural. Threatening h4. It's knight f4, knight
Knight
h4.
h4, yeah.
They're both very dangerous moves here. So I don't know really what can be done to stop this.
And now it came knight a to c2.
Trying to bring something over.
Yeah, over here. But
Yeah. yeah, I mean, that's it.
No, I never played knight f4 with big threats.
That was a nice move to make.
Yeah, it felt good to make
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It wanted to be played, and
Yeah.
at this point, I don't know what can be done. He has a queen check he can make, but it doesn't really lead to anything after king h7. I think it's over. So I don't know what he played here. I don't remember.
He played knight f3.
Knight f3.
Knight f3.
Yeah,
No.
and then I can just
Yeah, you just took it from the bishop.
I can take it and
And then knight d4, case, k1,
yeah, I can just check.
check, knight h3, and
Yeah.
king h1.
Right, because if he goes here, he goes into the discovery. So this, and I could just play knight f2 check here.
Yes. Then
Cutting off the contact, and he
Yeah.
has to lose the queen. Queen
Yeah.
takes, and a king here mate. So
game over.
that was it. Yeah,
Very good game from you, but unfortunately not so good
not
from
the best from Daniel.
Not the best from Daniel.
But yeah, everybody has their good and bad days. So yeah, I think that where things started going wrong was the a6 plan, probably.
Yeah.
And then it required a lot of very precise defensive moves later on, and not easy to see under time pressure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess the basic thing here is that the Caro pawn is a good weapon against people who are willing to play actively as white. And since you should generally
I'm
try to
convinced
fight,
now.
since you want to fight for a win with white,
Yeah.
it's going to lead to these type of positions a lot of the time. So yeah, definitely exciting opening. White has a choice to always play super safe chess no matter what black plays.
Yeah, sure.
If you want to play a Sicilian, white can play a closed Sicilian. I mean, white has an extra tempo. He could always play safely, and if he's not able to get equality after 15 moves, then he's doing something horribly wrong, right?
Yeah.
So
Like you said, sometimes white can play even a3
yeah,
at the first.
a3 could be played on move 1, and he's already still in better shape than black playing a Sicilian, for example, or a well-respected opening.
Yeah.
Everything's playable with white.
So what about these Finnish connections? Have you been in the Jyväskylä area? Have you had time to visit there?
I mean, I visited Jyväskylä years ago. But, you're just wondering about whether
I
center of Finland, how much I've traveled here?
Is there lots of relatives? Do you know?
I do have a lot of relatives in the area. Yeah.
Okay.
So with time, I'm gonna see everybody.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is we'll take some kind of Suomi test.
Okay.
This is these are things that we just check if you are familiar with these things or met these, and then we make a plus.
Everything must know.
Must know. Things. So, have you ever heard of Manni?
What is Manni?
Manni.
Oh man. No.
Oh.
That's bad.
It's a food. It's a food.
I know makara. I know the pirakas, karjalampi.
Okay, well,
we got that plus.
That's also
I know
possible.
makaras.
But okay, Manni is some kind of thing.
Traditional
It is in Easter. It's black and it looks like something. It looks like poo.
Yeah.
So, but it's good.
Yeah, like pudding, I guess.
Okay.
So I haven't eaten Manni yet.
Okay.
It's bad.
So what about the sauna?
Saunas I love. I always have.
Okay.
So that was before living in Finland. One of the perks for me living in Finland is that it's a culture where saunas are, for normal people, it doesn't have to mean something. In the West, saunas mean you see saunas in some sketchy neighborhoods.
Do you know what you have to do if you had sauna in the winter? and you are
Lisa.
But after you have learned so much that you can't take it.
You run into the snow.
Running in the snow.
Now I'm an experienced polar bear swimmer. I used to be like swimming for quite a few years. I was a swimmer and I played water polo for many years. Those were my sports. And I tell you something, I used to run into cold water in the winter with the rest of the team, no problem. So I'm used to that. Refreshing, running into the snow or the ice water, and after a sauna it's even easier.
So what about salmiakki?
Salmiakki, I learned to like salmiakki living in the Netherlands because they have a salmiakki culture to the next level.
Okay.
So because they'll have licorice stands where you can go to the market and instead of like just a fruit stand with different fruits, they'll have a licorice stand with maybe 100 types of licorice.
Oh, we are.
That's how serious they take
so
it.
We are
salty, double salty, sweet, semi-sweet, hard, soft, you name it, 100 different types. So it sounds like Finn's heaven.
Yeah.
So that's salmiakki heaven. So I've lived in a country which has more salmiakki than
So what about the Sibelius?
Sibelius, well, you know, I did visit in Lahti, the Sibelius.
Okay.
You know, what is it called there? Is it his wooden theater?
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. I'm fool myself. House.
Yeah.
So Sibelius is a great composer.
Okay,
absolutely.
Well, at least in Finland.
Well, no, he's a good composer.
Yeah.
Yes, Finland is beautiful.
Also scored here. So what about Koskenkorva?
Oh, Koskenkorva vodka's good. But I prefer Belvedere.
Okay.
But you have Grey Goose, Belvedere. Oh,
but you can get
I should say Finland.
extra point if a nickname for Koskenkorva. What is nickname?
I don't know.
How?
Kossu.
Kossu. Yes.
There are chess players who have been called Koss. Okay. But what about?
In our team.
This well, I don't know youngsters know, but what about Lasse Virén?
Isn't he the runner? He's a wonderful runner, right?
Yes.
Marathon runner, 1950s, right?
70s.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, Paavo Nurmi is
Nurmi, yes.
Virén was in the 70s.
Okay.
He won 5,000 and 10,000.
Yeah. All you have to know is that he felt.
He fell
and he won.
Yes, I know this story. I do know this story. I do know this.
You scored at least everything. I think.
Well, I didn't know about the blood pudding. I haven't had it.
Man meat. Okay, but that
sounds like man meat.
Yeah,
man meat.
Weird. That's about it. I think.
Okay.
I think we'll welcome to Finland.
Welcome to Finland.
Yes,
and thank you for the interview.
Yeah. That's about it. We show the flag. Yeah.